We started these mighty conversations 2 decades ago, and there's no time like the present to talk about the things that are important. I'm Commissioner Khadijah, and this is the Mighty Six Conversations. Welcome to the Mighty Six Conversations. I am Fulton County District 6 Commissioner Khadijah Abdul Rahman, affectionately known as Commissioner Khadijah. I am thrilled about today's show because we have the pleasure of hearing from the chairwoman of Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections, the woman responsible for ensuring the board acts with integrity, honesty, and fairness. I'm talking about none other than Patrice Perkins Hooker, a legendary figure who is no stranger to Fulton County. Attorney Perkins Hooker has many civic and professional accomplishments, including serving as the first African American female president of the State Bar of Georgia. The board approved this Georgia Tech and Emory Law graduate in a 4-0 vote during the May recess meeting after the community expressed concern about who would lead this important elections board. Wow, you have been busy, and more importantly, you have been impactful. Chairwoman Perkins Hooker, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, my commissioner.
That's right, you are my constituent. There is so much to talk about. What about the roles and responsibilities of the Board of Registration and Elections? Considering the makeup of the board, we have 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans. How much will party identification impact the work of the board, or more importantly, your type of leadership? What do you think you bring to the table to make sure that you can steer this board?
Thank you very much, Commissioner Abdul Rahman, for inviting me to participate on the show and getting a chance to be introduced to the other members of our community. The board, Fulton County Board of Registration and Election, is a very important board because it oversees all of the functions associated with elections. And that includes candidate qualification, it includes tallying votes and reporting them out, it includes certifying elections, it includes deciding on what type of equipment we are going to use, purchasing that equipment, and making a budget to make certain that we accommodate all of the needs of our elections. So it's a pretty significant job for the county, and I'm very honored to have been selected by the board to take on this responsibility. I planned on, as chair, to run a peaceful meeting. We are going to stay focused on the duties that are mandated in Code Section 21-270, which include everything that I just mentioned, summarized, and some others. And I'm going to stay focused on that. And voting is not a partisan activity. Voting is the same for a Democrat, Republican, or an independent. It's a right that you have, and my job as the chair is to make certain everybody gets a chance to vote and everybody's votes are counted. So that's what I plan on doing.
Listen, I would be remiss if I didn't say that you were my favorite. If I had my way, you would have been in that position 2 years ago. But nevertheless, you are where you need to be at this point in time. You have earned that, and I want you to know that I'm very excited about your leadership. You've done so much in the community. I just wanted to even talk about a little bit of the work that you've done with the Sadie G. Mays. A lot of people do not know that, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but unfortunately that's my job. Somebody has to do it. Mm-hmm. But I know that that is something you hold so dearly to your heart. Yes. So can you share a little of that information with us?
Yes, I am one of those people who was raised to give back. I'm a firm believer into those whom much is given, much is expected. Sadie G. Mays is one of the latest boards that I've been involved with, and that is so important. It provides such an important service in our community because it takes care of people who are indigent, people primarily of color, because that's just the way it's evolved, who don't have a place to go but who need services, and they open up their doors and take in many Fulton County residents who are in need. I also am the current chair of the Hosea Feed the Hungry Board, and I've been involved with that organization for 20 years, trying to give back to the community and provide ways in which we can feed, house, clothe, and provide jobs to folks. So I have always been interested in giving back to the community. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to say that. I'm real thrilled about my involvement currently with the two of those organizations.
Well, the thing that you said to me as a commissioner coming in, now you may have forgotten, but you said, I know Commissioner Khadijah, I know her family, and she's going to do fine. And I took those words to heart because you knew the person commissioner, but you didn't know the commissioner. You knew Khadijah.
Yes.
And so to have someone of your magnitude and the work that you've done in the community, just to tell me, I know you're going to do fine. And then now I see you leading the ship, so to speak. I'm excited because I know the history that you have here, that you will be fair, but you're going to make sure that Fulton County does what it needs to do. Can you share some of your vision or maybe what you would like to see happen if it's not already under your leadership?
When I get sworn in July, I intend to meet with my fellow board members and have a conversation. I think we need to all talk about what our roles, responsibilities are, and what we as a board want to see the staff do. We are empowered to oversee it, but the staff, which is huge, is responsible for executing our instructions on a day-to-day basis. And although it's my responsibility to supervise the executive director by myself without the board, I want to make certain everybody has a buy-in on what is our game plan, what are we planning on doing, how are we going to approach it to make certain that the elections are, as we already know they are. They are fair, they're open, they give people an opportunity to vote, and hopefully by the way we operate, dispel some of the rumors and the misinformation and help restore voters' confidence in the process, because this is a very secure process and we need to really make certain people feel like they are included and are able to vote.
Well, you said something, Chairwoman, that fell on my ears, but I want the constituents to know. Voting is not partisan, but neither is leadership.
Yes.
And so I expect great things from you. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back. But I'm very excited to see what are your ideas of what you want to see. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mighty Six Conversations. We've been talking with the new chair of the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections, Attorney Patrice Perkins Hooker. We're going to pick up where we left off. What I wanted to ask you, Chairwoman Hooker, is this. You have a makeup of the board of 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans. As the chair, if I'm not mistaken, and please feel free to correct me, sometimes you may have to have the deciding vote. What do you want the citizens of Fulton County to know with that type of leadership? And we know that you're not one that will be partisan. You're going to look at the facts. We know that. But what can you share with our constituents when it comes to these critical times and making sure that your role is not referee? We don't want to put you in that role. But with any good leader, sometimes you're going to have to make tough decisions. And so can you just give us an insight of your feelings about that?
I think that the way in which boards of elections are impaneled creates a little bit of tension from the get-go, because if you have 2 members selected by one political party and another 2 selected by another party, and then the chair elected by the Board of Commissioners, the board was never created or envisioned to be nonpartisan, and that's in the code. It is a partisan activity. However, the activity that we oversee is a management activity. It's a management function. How do you manage elections? And so my goal is to work with the members who are there, appointed by their parties, to take them to the next level and realize, let's elevate ourselves from the parties and become focus on Fulton County residents. And what do we need to improve? What do we need to change, modify in order to make certain elections run very smoothly? So it's going to be my goal to try to get them to that level of, okay, you are a representative from a group, but we are here together to accomplish the purposes that are established for us. And the state is going to be looking at it like that way. If we don't run clean, open, fair elections, then there might be a chance of Fulton County losing control of its ability to do that, and that would be a terrible situation for us. So we have to focus on how do we get the equipment, how many polling precincts, what days we have to do functional things. And my role is to make certain I always vote with that in mind, no matter who's proposing it, which side or which group, what accomplishes our objective to make certain people can vote.
I think that's important that you say that, and the reason why, we all know that voter confidence sometimes is shaken. And when you're in the role of the chairwoman, you have to not only be a visionary, so to speak, but you have to give the facts of what's going on. Yes. And I think there's no better person to give the facts because you've been there looking at them. And so I guess what I'm saying to you is, it is important as taxpaying citizens of Fulton County that we know what the facts are. Because with anything in life, facts are indisputable. Okay. And so I think it's important also, you said it's very important that we, and this is just paraphrasing you, but to do things to make sure that there's not a state takeover. Fulton County is the largest county in the state of Georgia, but I can say it, you don't necessarily have to say it. Fulton County sets the tone. Fulton County, when it comes to equipment, when it comes to the processes, a lot of other counties look to us. Now, a lot of times that's not said, but we set the tone in a lot of things that we do because either we get it right or we test it, and if we get it wrong, we fix it. You're talking about a very large county. So I just want you to espouse on that a little bit from what your vision is in holding elections here and making sure that your role is one that's seen as serving all of Fulton County.
Well, definitely I view the role as a chair as serving all of Fulton County, and the board as serving all of Fulton County. I don't think that anybody should be saying I'm serving the Democrats or I'm serving the Republicans. That's just not what we were elected to do. I want to make certain that we follow the rules. The state sets the rules, and we have to follow the rules in a way that allows all of the votes, again, people to participate and the folks' votes to be counted. And if we do something wrong, we will own up to it and we will fix it. And I have not seen as their attorney any intentional acts of the Fulton County Board of Registration and Election, nor any of the staff members, to be deliberately and willfully trying to steal somebody's vote, not let it be counted or not let them register. We are going to just make certain that the processes are fulfilled as effectively as possible, because you can never do something 100%, especially when you got 880,000 transactions that could take place. We're the largest county, not by size, but the largest county in the number of registered voters in the state. And you're correct, what we do or the experiences that we have impacted other counties, and then they work together with us, and I want them to continue to do that to try to address it. When we experience a problem, we're not experiencing with 1,000 people or 10,000 people. We're experiencing in hundreds of thousands of people. Exactly. And so it magnifies the problems. And if we have a good rapport with the state, we've been able to address those, and I hope to continue that.
Well, listen, I'm probably your biggest fan. You already know that. But I look for great things coming from the Board of Registration and Elections. With you at the helm, it's no secret. Everybody knew that I was supporting you, and as we work to get you where you needed to be, I believe all of Fulton County will be proud of your leadership with the Board of Registration and Elections. Attorney Hooker, we are grateful for your service, And we feel confident about your leadership on the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections. Thank you for joining us. I know you're very, very busy. You took time at your busy schedule to come for the Mighty Six, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Commissioner Abdurrahman, for the opportunity to be here to speak to the Mighty Six, and to the whole board for the opportunity to lead the Board of Registration Elections at this time. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited. When we come back, a look at our work in the Mighty Six community. Stay with us. Welcome back. We've been busy in the Mighty Six, and we've got news to share. Take a look. We kicked off the year with a human trafficking symposium where we hosted an exciting panel of stakeholders that included First Lady Marty Kemp and Attorney General Chris Carr. The event was a great success and has helped to raise awareness of human trafficking across the state. In February, we hosted our annual Salute to Citizens, where we paid a special tribute to Abel Mabel Thomas. In April, we hosted more than 1,000 residents at our Mental Health and Wellness Fair at Greenbrier Mall. We hosted more than 1,400 residents in April at our Family Fun Day at iVillage. In May, we served more than 900 pets at the Healthy Pets Fulton event. And everybody knows how we love our seniors in the Mighty Six. So we were excited to have a fish fry lunch with our seniors at Dogwood Senior Neighborhood Center and a lunch and learn with our seniors at Silver Tree High Rise. And one more significant event in the district has us celebrating. I enjoyed the ribbon cutting ceremony marking the new renovations at the Fulton County Executive Airport. Community members were able to see the improvements for themselves during the open house following the ceremony. It's a win for business travelers and a win for Fulton County government. I told you we have had an exciting start in 2023 in the Mighty Six. When we come back, my final thoughts and ways that you can contact me directly. Stay with us. I thought it was important for you to hear directly from Fulton's newest chair of the Board of Registration and Elections, because this appointment is vital to the success of democracy, not democracy just here in Fulton County, but as we've seen in the past few years, democracy in our country. The Board of Commissioners has taken numerous steps to ensure Fulton County's fair and honest elections process. We've also invested millions of dollars in upgrading election facilities, equipment, staffing, and election outreach. We know that the world is watching us, and we are committed to improving our operations so that all Fulton County voters feel confident that their ballot counts when they cast their ballot. Want to get in touch with our office? Connect with us online. Email me at khadijah.abdur-rahman@fultoncountyga.gov. Visit us also at commissionerkhadijah.com. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And of course, you can always contact me at 404-612-8222. That's 404-612-8222. That's all the time we have for today's conversation. Until the next time, stay strong.